have a problem. And with those chilling words, a heel turn was officially cemented with a slap across Cody Rhodes' face that was heard around the world. Hello, everyone. This is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And today I wanted to discuss my thoughts on what went down on the WrestleMania XL kickoff and why I feel The Rock turning heel is best for business. So, when The Rock made his return on the February 2nd edition of SmackDown, The Rock, in the eyes of many, including mine, walked straight into the WrestleMania 40 main event at the expense of Cody Rhodes, and it looked like The Rock versus Roman Reigns was made official. And I did a video about The Rock versus Roman Reigns being made official and where does this leave Cody Rhodes. So, on the February 5th edition of Raw, we heard very loud Rocky Sucks chants, which quite frankly really shocked me because it had been many, many years since we heard Rocky Sucks chants. Michael Cole nailed it by saying, "Is it 1996 again?" It did feel like 1996 all over again, hearing very loud, aggressive Rocky Sucks chants. And we're now getting a movement called We Want Cody. Now, The Rock was on Pat McAfee's show and he was in character, and it looked like we saw old signs of Hollywood Rock. He addressed the fans as Cody crybabies and essentially just completely buried the fans for the way they have been reacting to Cody Rhodes being pushed aside out of the WrestleMania 40 main event. So it looked like, as far as I was concerned, it looked like The Rock was gearing up to turn heel, even though he hadn't really displayed any proper signs of a heel turn on SmackDown. He came out, he was a big baby face, he got a big pop, and obviously on Raw, that was a completely different story. Now, obviously, WWE have had their hearts set on doing this epic cousin versus cousin title match with The Rock and Roman Reigns, but I don't think going in they were expecting the negative backlash they were going to get. And The Rock, being the smart guy that he always is, rather than just long it out and let the boos get worse and worse, he turned heel. And that's one of the things I've always respected The Rock, was his ability to turn at the exact right time. Prime example, back at SummerSlam 2002, The Rock got booed out of the building during his match against Brock Lesnar. Obviously, he'd done the job. He put Brock Lesnar over, passed the torch, and he was on his way to Hollywood. And The Rock saw and heard the boos, and a few months later, he returned in 2003 as a brand new character, Hollywood Rock. Now, bear in mind, the seeds were planted for a potential Rock heel turn back at WrestleMania 18 against Hulk Hogan. So that's what I've always liked about The Rock. He never outstays his welcome in certain situations. He knows exactly when the time is to change things up, and that's exactly what he did at the WrestleMania XL kickoff show. And the interesting thing about what happened here was The Rock came out, he got a decent pop, but there was quite a few boos. And when The Rock was pausing before he goes into his finally, routine, I knew something was coming because we've seen this before. When The Rock hears the boos, he longs it out. So I knew a heel turn was coming, but I didn't think we was going to get it on the WrestleMania XL kickoff show. I thought maybe we'll get it maybe on his next appearance on SmackDown or something, or on Raw. But I think this was a brilliant move. And you've seen The Rock come out all clad in black with a big gold chain around his neck. And I thought, oh yeah, we're getting a heel turn and it's going to be epic. But what makes this heel turn different to Rock's past heel turns is Hollywood Rock That was more of an answer to the fans booing him. That was his way of saying, right, you want to boo me? Fine, I'm going to turn heel and I'm going to give all that heat you displayed on me right back at you. You don't like the fact that I've made a name for myself in Hollywood? Well, you know what? Screw all of you. I'm The Rock. I do as I want. That's the way I look at it with this Rock. But to me, this is kind of like a hybrid Rock. We're getting Hollywood Rock and corporate Rock because we all know that The Rock is now a member of the TKO board team. So it's kind of like we're getting the real life person mixed in with corporate Rock and Hollywood Rock. But what makes this heel Rock more scary than the others? There's no ha ha ha, there's no comedy. This is a scary Rock, man, a few words. And it was quite shocking to see him embrace Roman Reigns, slap Cody Rhodes, and the whole place just went absolutely crazy. The whole place just lost their minds. And I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect to see The Rock just turn like that. But that's what makes The Rock such a special talent. He knows when to turn at the right time. John Cena, take notes. I had to get that in there. But anyway, so why I feel The Rock turning heel is best for business because, you know, the backlash he's received, by inserting himself into the WrestleMania 40 main events, obviously WWE and especially The Rock, they couldn't have seen the backlash that was coming. So I think, with Cody Rhodes being pushed as the big sympathetic babyface, obviously he's made his choice now. He's decided to go after Roman Reigns and his title, and The Rock being the heel. I think this is going to work. I don't know how this story is going to play out, but getting a heel Rock against a red hot babyface Cody Rhodes, I smell big money, very big money. Now, I've heard rumors that we could get a tag team match at Elimination Chamber, The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. That could work. That could certainly work. It would certainly take the baggage off The Rock because let's face it, at 51 years old, Rock's not going to be doing a whole lot in the ring. He's going to be, as the fans would say, gassed out. So Roman Reigns will be there, the more younger and more quicker of the two. He'll be able to take some of the load off his cousin's back. Or there's another scenario they could do at Elimination Chamber. They may not do this, but I think The Rock versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes wins after putting his title shots on the line, goes into WrestleMania 40 in the main event, and faces Roman Reigns for the title. That's another direction they could go in. But I think personally, The Rock turning heel at this stage works. And it works very well because The Rock, as much as I love him as a face, I feel some of his best work was definitely as a heel, especially in 2003 as Hollywood Rock. He was just phenomenal as a heel. But I definitely feel that we're getting a hybrid mix. We're getting corporate rock mixed with Hollywood rock, but just more darker and more meaner. This is more like a guy you don't want to mess with. Whereas corporate rock, he was still vicious, but he was still funny at the same time. And same with Hollywood Rock. He was vicious, but more funny, a lot more funnier. So I think we're going to get a hybrid mix of the two personas, but a much more darker, serious Rock than we have ever seen in the past. And I think it's best for business. I definitely think the road to WrestleMania 40 is going to get a whole lot more interesting. And Rock said that people are going to be talking about this conference for a long time. He's not wrong. People are talking about this, and I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out. I still think there could be a twist to this, but right now, The Rock turning heel is best for business because one thing about Rock, his ability to turn a negative into a positive is second to none. He's one of the few guys in the wrestling business who understands the psychology of the fans' mentality. He knows exactly when to turn heel at the exact right time, and he never longs it out. He doesn't drag anything out. Okay, I hear the boos. Okay, I'm turning heel. Done. He listens to the fans, and that's what makes The Rock so special. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. How do you feel about The Rock turning heel? Do you think this is a good move? What kind of Rock do you think we're going to get? Do you think we're going to get a much more darker, sinister Hollywood Rock, or do you think we're going to get something completely brand new from him? What does this mean for Cody Rhodes? Do you think heel Rock will put over Cody Rhodes in a match? And what do you expect The Rock to do going forward now that he's turned heel? Do you think The Rock has turned heel? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.